Hello and welcome to Unmasters of Magic. Today it's brought to you by cold medicine. Lots and lots of cold medicine. I'm sure, I don't know about your city, but my entire city is out sick with cold today. But I'm mustering through because the new set's out. Theros Beyond Death. The pre-releases are tonight. We're actually ahead of the pre-releases and we are going to see how we do on this box opening. Alright, let's see how we do. The interventions, and virtually worthless. As for awesome, look at these freaking lands! Jeez, oh, that's gorgeous. Yeah, for the most part, those interventions are virtually worthless, unfortunately. Doesn't seem anybody likes them. I'm sure we'll end up talking about them. The first Olympics. I like the story behind this card. It's definitely interesting. Nice little foil. Okay. Yeah, I'm still impressed by these lands. These lands are... It's interesting to see how the set goes, but these lands, unfortunately, might end up being the highlight of them. It's alright, I'm going to stop for a sec. This card is pretty much going to be great in a lot of EDH decks, just because if any of your guys are playing recursion decks or graveyard decks, great. If not, you can just still sack it to replace itself. Let's see what we get underneath it. Another intervention, wow. Ooh. These demigods are rather nice looking though, aren't they? Let's see what their values are. Little constellations in the background. It's a nice looking design. Tectonic Giant. Ooh. These escape cards are going to be interesting to see how they play. I mean, nice and cheap to get an effect. You can recur them, and I like the fact that they don't exile if they go back to the graveyard afterwards, so you can keep recurring them. I mean, you have to be able to put a lot of cards in your graveyard. But in a long-term effect, like especially if you're making an EDH deck out of one of these legendary ones, some of the Eldrazi that return cards to graveyards from exile may be useful, although I don't think it will. Ooh. Not a bad foil, considering it's a pretty decent mana rock. Or mana dork, I should say. And let's go back to mana dork for a sec. So it's 2, a little expensive, considering Alano, Birds of Paradise, which is pretty much what it is. It's 1/1 instead of 0/1. It doesn't fly, but if you have a bigger creature later in the game, it taps for 2 mana of any one color, which is nothing to sneeze at. I know you're here for the openings. We'll save the analysis for later, I think. Oh, look at that. And we have a nice card there. Look. Wow, look at that. I think that's the alternate art for that. I'm going to have to look that up. I mean, look at that. Not only do we get a Planeswalker, but we get a borderless art Planeswalker. Look at that. Whew. Can't go wrong with, you gotta be happy with that. You just gotta be happy with that. Let's see the rest. There's a nice little foil. I know, more analysis, but black enchantment removal. That's going to be something that's going to definitely change the color pie there. I mean, the fact that it's choose to sacrifice, it's not targeted, more of an edict effect than a disenchant, but they've never been able to do that before. I'm stopping again. Underworld Dreams, going from a rare to an uncommon. I'm torn. In our play group, Underworld Dreams has always been a pretty beefy card. Just, I mean, we play long, slower games. We like to have fun with it. We're not trying to kill the guy at turn 3. So we can do a lot of stuff. Downgrading it to uncommon. I mean, we get to add it to our pauper decks, at least. We have a format that uses commons and uncommons. Still kind of torn on that, though. It's not, 1 damage is pretty minuscule in EDH unless you're doing something like a Millstone deck. Or, sorry, not a Millstone deck, a Wheel of Fortune deck. Let's see what we got underneath it. Another Saga. Another Intervention. Nice little foil. I mean, here, so we got, we'll talk about those after. Seressan Champion. Shadow the Sky, nice new Wrath of God. Dominable Will, foil. I just can't stop looking at my Calyx Destiny's hand. It's probably one of the best cards I've pulled since we started this channel. Dream Trawler, one of the bombs in the booster draft for this one. I know that. The 3/5 flying, it's kind of picture colors. It's kind of hard with those two, but I mean, a 2-color deck with this guy is going to win you games. He is going to have to be dealt with immediately, or you are going to lose. The Dream Trawlers, pretty much the bomb for this set in booster draft. Oh, and we have a god. Look at that. Heliod's Sun Crowned. Nice little lifelink. And whenever you gain life, put a plus one counter. That guy's going to be pretty good. Shockingly, the Perforos has been downgraded. A Crowan War. I want to play this card in EDH. I so want to play this card in EDH. I think it's going to be really good if you can survive the forced attack, because I think you're going to be the one being attacked for most of it. And the lands. I think these lands are underappreciated. I mean, Temple of Plenty here. White, blue with a scry. It's not as good as a dual land, obviously. It's not as good as a shock land, obviously. But to be able to scry to come into play tapped is better than most lands that come into play tapped, right? I mean, it's got to be on the list of short cards to be put into a 2-color deck for sure. I mean, this should go into any white-green deck. If you're going to 3 colors, it gets a little more dicey, but definitely good in 2 colors. I think they're undervalued for play abilities. a couple dollar card, as I recall. And, oh, we got another one. We have that's both the escape cards now. Look at that. Dig out his buddy. We're doing well. That's 4 mythics already. I'm not going to complain about this. Look at this. We're a third of the way into this box and we already got 3 mythics. Let's see if we can keep this going, guys. Protean Thumb. Wow, I'm not even going to try and pronounce that one. Thaumaturge. Thaumaturge? My mother, the English teacher, is giving me dirty looks. If she ever watches this video, I can just imagine her face. Nadir Kraken. Release the Krakens! Foil Omen. Do like the Omens. The Omens are definitely playable cards in this. I think they're all at least playable. Oh, and another mythic. Look at that. Kiora's Bests the Sea God. Look at this, look at this, look at this. We are on a winning box here, guys. Look. Let's keep this rolling. And another temple, again. May not be valuable, but I have decks for those. In fact, I'm currently making a Scarab God deck off the side of the screen here, and I have to cut that in. Another temple. Looks like they heard me talking. Heliod's Intervention. It almost gives all. Although this is probably, this and the green one are two of my favorites. Destroy X target artifacts and or enchantments. Especially in EDH, there is always a ton of targets to hit this with. Just a ton. To be able to pick the ones you want without hitting yours. So it's better than almost any other targeted enchantment removal off the top of my head. You being able to get X. So I mean, even if you only put 5 in here, that's 3. 5 casting costs, killing 3 enchantments or artifacts. I can't think of any of those offhand. Usually they're much more expensive, or all. I mean, there's 4 for 2. And that has to be done during your main phase. This is going to decks. Foil uncommon there. I mean, the Heliod's Intervention is only not worth much, but it's a very playable card in my opinion. Oh, look at that! Another demigod. Not sparkly, but a demigod nonetheless. That's the alternate arts. And a Nessian Boar. Oh. I think I like the demigod better than the boar on that one. Dryad of the Elysian Grove. Anything that allows you to play additional lands in your turn is great for acceleration at the beginning. Plus, I mean, it's so good in a multicolor deck. Lands you control are every basic land card in addition to other types, and you get to play more. I mean, that is mana fixing and mana acceleration. It's a pretty solid card there. Yeah, Grey Merchant of Asphodel. I'll have to compare that later with the cards to see which one we think's prettier. Although you notice they upped it from common to uncommon. Shockingly how abusable that card was. Another card with great storytelling on it. It's really good with the Medusa story. And rare is another Intervention. Search your library for X lands. So Nylea's Intervention. Search your library for X land cards, reveal them, put them into your hand, then shuffle your library. I mean, you can do the double hurricane to kill creatures, but most of the time I'm thinking going that end. Land cards, not basic lands. Land cards. You can go for whichever things you want in your deck. This, I cannot believe how undervalued this card is. Oh, and we got a foil rare. Protean, unpronounceable again. It's shiny. Unpronounceably shiny. Timoret's Calls of the Dead. Oh, Calls of the Dead. Another one that might go into that zombie deck, my Scarab God deck I'm currently making. Kind of going for the tokens as opposed to self-mill, though. So we'll see how that goes. Haktos the Unscarred. What was he supposed to be? My Greek mythology is failing me. He was... Brad Pitt played him in a movie. I think I remember it. Now it's really bugging me. Euphemia the Cacophony. Oh, and a foil Temple of Plenty. That's two... We're up to 5 mythics and 2 rare foils. I am not complaining about this box at all. Still got about 9 packs to go. Konoros, Hound of Aetherios. Another card we're going to talk about in a bit. I mean, Vigilance, Menace, Lifelink, like that for the 3 heads. Creatures in graveyards can't enter the battlefield. Oh, it's legendary, but I don't think you want to make an EDH deck around it. I mean, it's great if your opponents are playing any of those, but no. We'll talk about that in the next video. As always, we'll do a follow-up with the talking about the cards in this set that I want to talk to you guys about. Idyllic Tutor. Search your library for an enchantment card, reveal it, and put it in your hand, then shuffle your library. Nice. Nice, nice. Any of the tutors. Always good. Ooh, and a foil. Look at that land. No, that is sweet. Sure that's worth a couple. Nightmare Shepherd. Gallia, the Endless Dance. Dance, Dance, Revolution. Wave Break Hippocamp. Archon of the Sun's Grace. Forecast cost 3/4 flying, lifelink. Pegasus creatures you control have lifelink. If you're making a enchantment deck or an aura deck, this guy's not bad. I mean, Pegasus creatures you control have lifelink. Ooh, and a shiny Triumph of Annex. Thassa's Oracle. Oh, down to the wire. We got 2 packs left. 2 packs left. Let's finish strong, shall we? We had such a fantastic start. Let's finish strong. Oh, we got a 3rd alternate art demigod. Nice. Allure of the Unknown. Pandora's Box. I want to play with that card, but I have no idea how to make it good. Last pack. Here we go. Come on. Let's hear those cheers for a good final pack. And Storm's Wrath. Bit of a weak finish on that one, but oh my god, look at that start. Look at that. 6. We got a god. We got 2 of the Elder Giants. And we friggin' got an alternate full art friggin' Planeswalker. I mean, let's look at that again. Let's look at that again. Whew. Gotta count this one as a victory. Gotta count that one as a victory. 2 foil rares as well. I mean, look at that. We opened a pretty solid box here. We're gonna look at the totals and just see how much we made on the $150 box. We'll be doing more openings soon, and I hope to see you guys. Welcome to Unmasters of Magic.